What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. Now, for today's video, I want to do something kind of fun. This is a video I did one other time. It's an idea I actually stole from Christian Hannah Horror. It was a good idea. He's got a series of videos that come out. I think he calls it 5 Horror Blu-rays I Want You to Own, and he has multiple volumes. I love watching those videos, so I did one myself, and I decided to do another. And this is going to be 5 Horror Blu-rays I Want You to Own, Part Dos. So we're going to get right into it. This is going to be a quick little video. Now this first one is a movie I never even heard of until somebody told me about it 2 years ago, which I can't believe I never heard of this movie before. That's Monster Squad. Now, I believe this is PG. This is better for like a younger audience. PG-13. This isn't the most gory movie, but it's very fun. And I can't believe I never heard of this because of the plot I'm going to tell you about right now. These young kids have like a monster squad. It's like a monster club that they have. They go up in their little tree fort, and they're reading Fangoria magazines and talking about Frankenstein's monster and all types of shit. And then Dracula gets shipped to like America or whatever, and he comes to life and breaks out of his casket, and he brings to life all these other universal monsters. Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Wolfman has nards, and the Mummy and Frankenstein's monsters. So I don't know if this is the first time all of these monsters have been in the same film, but at least in this type of capacity. And the reason it blows my mind I've never heard of this is because it's pretty much like the Goonies, but they're fighting all these classic Universal monsters. And it is absolutely a blast. This movie is so much fun. If you have even the slightest interest in horror, anybody in your family will love this movie, from the kids all the way up to grandpa. This is a good-ass movie. Very happy I finally watched it. Now, the next one is one I'm sure most anybody has never heard of. I've actually done a review of this, I believe. It's been such a long time. I've been doing this channel for about 3 years, so I don't even remember if I did a review of this. I think I did. This is The Dead Next Door, and I'm a big zombie movie fan, and I never heard of this one growing up. This is a great horror movie. Great zombie flick. Lots of good special effects. It pretty much follows around like this zombie squad. I use the word squad a lot, but they're like the last handful of the survivors. They're like the police that go around, or military kind of guys that go around killing all the zombies that are stray around town, trying to like dispose of the zombie problems. And yeah, it's a different take on zombie films, and it's really fun, really good practical effects. There's this awesome scene in this. Like, I don't want to give too much away because I want you guys to watch these, but maybe this will pursue some of you guys to check it out. There's this cool scene where they are killing these zombies in this house, wiping the place out, and one zombie gets decapitated, and then after they think they're all done killing these zombies, and the decapitated head bites onto one of the cops' hands or arms and bites him and infects him. And I've never seen that before, that the head that's decapitated is still working and the head still bites, because they thought they killed him, but the head's still active. You got to kill the brains if you're going George Romero psychology. But yeah, this is a different little twist on zombie movies. A little low budget, but it's hard to tell. It has a lot of charm. Next we have the man right here. My Name is Bruce. This movie's absolutely hilarious. I remember first watching this as a teenager, renting this from Hollywood Video. This is another comedic horror movie. If you're a fan of Bruce Campbell and you've never seen this, check it out. If you like The Evil Dead or anything like this, it's hilarious. Pretty much Bruce Campbell's like a big fat beer drinking slob that lives in this tiny little trailer, and this town has like this samurai monster come in and start killing everybody, and this little kid that's a Bruce Campbell fan, he's like, the only one that can save us is Bruce. So he writes a letter to Bruce Campbell to come to town to save him, and Bruce Campbell comes to town thinking it's like a convention. He's getting paid for like an autograph sign and photo op, and he's kind of playing along like he's going to kill this monster, thinking like the townspeople are just playing along themselves, until he finds out that the samurai monster ghost or whatever is real. And then he kind of freaks out and wants to bail out on town, and then he ends up muscling up the courage to fight off this this monster, whatever you want to call it. It's really fun because then he goes back to like the days of Evil Dead kicking ass, but it's kind of like a a pun on himself because he's playing himself, playing like an outlandish version of the real Bruce Campbell. So this one's really fun and great release, by the way. It's got that holographic deal, like those damn Pokemon cards you kids be playing with. But that one's another fun movie. All right, now definitely one everyone's heard of. Most people, out of all these films, this is the one everyone's probably seen. But I wanted to show this film some love. Robert Rodriguez's Dusk Till Dawn. Now, I'm not the biggest Robert Rodriguez or Quentin Tarantino. How could I not think of his name? Quentin Tarantino fan. I like their movies are decent, but I'm not like the biggest fan. But this movie is absolutely amazing. It's about these two brothers who are robbing people on the run, a bunch of criminals, and they hold up at this bar in the middle of nowhere, this big strip club, and then a bunch of the employees and everything turn into vampires and start killing everybody in the bar, and they got to fight them off, and there's some unlikely allies that they kind of team up with, and it's just a lot of fun. There's really good gore, but this movie really gets you in your feels. It has some very dramatic moments. This is all around a lot of fun. And also something I want to point out, because I can tell I actually need to change this. I could tell this movie is pretty shitty. I actually must have forgot this one. I bought this from Disc Replay, and it's kind of like sticky on here. Bad case. I thought I already did that, but what I do... Whoop. I bought these cases, these Blu-ray cases off Amazon, brand new. So if you're ever, buying used Blu-rays and you don't want like a sticky tag mark or anything like that, you can just buy these new ones, exchange the discs, exchange the slip, which I'm going to do the second I turn off this camera. But just a little tip in between I wanted to give you guys. And last but not least, this was actually a Christmas gift to me, and I was so pumped to get this. This is the 4K release of George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. This is one I wanted a while. If you guys are into collecting, you know the original is very, very hard to get. It's out of print, like $200 for the Blu-ray. So I actually had to opt out and get this one, which is actually a foreign release. But if you have foreign Blu-rays, you have to have a region-free Blu-ray player. But if you ever get a foreign 4K, you can play any 4K from any region and any 4K player. So as long as you got the 4K, you can play it. I finally grabbed this one. Look how cool this is. Look at the back. When there's no room left in hell, the dead will walk the earth. Now, this completes my George Romero collection, and I think this is the best out of all 6 of his zombie movies. I'm sure most of you have seen the remake, but if you haven't seen the original, check this out. It's great. Pretty much a bunch of survivors during the zombie outbreak take shelter in a shopping mall, and it's really fun, man. They have a lot of fun in the mall. Then they have to fight off the zombies, have to fight off a biker gang. There's a little longer, a little slower if you're more used to newer movies, but this is like one of the best zombie movies of all time. I would say probably Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, and maybe throw Zombie and Evil Dead up there. Those are the big ones, and for any zombie fan, this is well worth watching. If you don't want to buy this, you can watch the whole extended cut on Amazon for free, or YouTube for free, but I didn't tell you that because buy the physical media. Support the people that made this. Anyways, yeah, this one's worth checking out. I actually rambled on way longer than I thought I would of this movie, but I guess that's what happens when I'm like trying to persuade people to watch a bunch of movies that I really like. So yeah, these are my 5. Make sure to check these out. If there's any of these movies you've seen before, let me know in the comments. Let me know if there's any horror flicks you think I should watch and review. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, Blood Guts Gore. I'll check you guys next time.